Hey there, welcome back to this week's episode. What I want to share with you is how to balance your mind, body, and soul. This is something that I have been coaching for so many years around this very thing. And this is something that I did not grow up learning about. How are we truly balanced as whole humans? It's something we're really not taught to think about how things of the way that God made our bodies, how they are all supposed to operate in sync, right? Now, what happens is if you think about our mind, our body, and our soul, if we really unpack all three of those elements, your mind, it's your thoughts, right? It's your mental health, the environment that you allow. I would like to call it the internal scripts, right? The things that we're telling ourselves, telling others. It relates directly to the position of our heart, which means that's our soul, right? That's our emotions. That's where we really connect with God. So if you think about, I love how Pastor Rick Warren says there's 18 inches between your head and your heart, right? And those have to connect, those have to talk together. It's the logical brain plus the emotional brain. So when you think about when life is challenging and hard and you're going through some hiccups, and some things that set us back in one of those areas, let's say, for example, you are suffering with something that's a circumstance that's completely out of your control. Maybe it's a financial element, right? What happens is because all you see is a situation, you're thinking about it, you're ruminating about it. And then what happens, it's your heart, which is our faith, and our substance, our relationship with God, because all we see is the hardship. It pulls us away from our true relationship with trusting God, because what we tangibly see and think about, it's the hardship of this problem. So the other part of it, it's our body. If we look at our makeup, our nutrition, our exercise, again, the thoughts that we think about our body as well, that has a huge factor into it also, because what tends to happen is because you're not thinking clearly, you then don't operate spiritually, and then you stop operating, taking care of your overall health, your physical health. Maybe you're choosing foods that are emotional eating, right? Or maybe you're choosing foods that are not healthy because why bother, right? Like, I don't care anymore. I'm so frustrated with this circumstance that my faith is, why am I praying about this thing? Let's just give up completely. So that's typically what happens. If we look at everything as a whole, that's why if you can reverse engineer and coach around each area that's impacting your life, your mindset, your physical body, and then your soul, our relationship with God, that's what starts to change the circumstance, because sometimes the circumstance is unmovable, right? Maybe it really is truly a financial pinch, right? That's the reality of it. But yet, if we can wrap our head around faith, number one, right? How big are we really trusting God with this? Are we really trusting God with this? And then we really start to make different types of decisions, which fuel all other parts of us. So that way we start to integrate through the gratitude, through our walk with God. That's how these circumstances can change. That's how we get that motivation back. That's how we get that momentum. What I want to share with you, it's this log that I've used with all my clients, again, since 2014, when I really started to learn this in a way, because I had to walk through hardships. This is why my history with coaching, I started out with health and wellness. I still love it. That's why I still teach it. But I loved health and wellness, the health field. Got certified in digestive health, focused in that primarily. And I was all about let's eat, focus on what we're eating and all of those things. But then when I went through a lot of life happenings all at once, I knew just the way that God allowed me to experience the hardship in my life literally walked me through mind, body, and soul integration. And so that's where I started my coaching practice, working primarily with Christian women. And it was so beautiful to watch God work in me to then help me build these exercises that really understand what goes on in our minds, what goes on in our body, what goes on with our spiritual walk, right? And overall, spiritual walk is number one. So we need to flip that, bring that back up to the top. A lot of times we think that our mindset is everything, right? I know in the world of the woo-woo, you know, the law of attraction, those types of things. It's all about, well, think positive and trick your mind, right? But what really truly it's at the core, it's your faith in God. So it's saying, what are you rooted in scripturally, right? What is your daily walk like with God? Are you really, as he says in John 15, abiding? You know, he is the vine, we are the branches. Are you really abiding in him for every part that you can't do, right? This is what's so powerful. So I want to walk you through a couple questions. I have this download. If you would love a copy of this, this is a free guide that I'm going to give you, that I've given to my clients. And if you would like a free copy, just comment below and I will send it to you. But it says mind, body, soul log, right? Or logging. Again, the way that we get things going is that we really have to get it out of our head and onto paper so we can see it, get real about it, right? Really what's going on with us. But basically, to move into overall balance, it's important for you to identify where you currently are and what's currently happening in your life. Build a foundation with God that will move you to where you want to be, right? That's that missing step. We always talk in coaching, you're starting here, you want to get here, got to build that bridge, right? And what better bridge to build than with God? So I want to give you a couple of questions just to consider. Where do you want to be in 5 months? And what I want you to do is really extract these questions related to your mind, the area of your mind, right? Your mental health, so to speak, the area of your physical health, and then the area of your spiritual health. All three of these together. Where do you want to be in 5 months? Do you want to physically be in better shape, right? Well, that means I need to rely on God and the choices I'm making to help me get there. Another example, or question, it's what do you want to accomplish? Kind of similar there, but the other one has a timeline to it. But what do you want to accomplish is your end goal, right? And then you reverse engineer it. But it's really saying, if I look at each of these areas in my life, what do I really want to accomplish with these? Because right now, as you're doing your reality check, you can see the holes, right? You can see what's missing or what could be improved, what could be better. What are you neglecting? This is a very important question because a lot of us don't stop and pause to reflect about what are we not nourishing around each of these areas too. In the book I wrote, Her Growth with God, it's all about pursuing God and nourishing our mind, body, and soul, right? And that's that part of you really think of, I need to pursue God and I need to nourish all these elements of who I am that make me who I am, right? This is what God created me, my identity is in him. How can I operate there, but realize where am I neglecting my own self, right? Where am I not nourishing my faith? Where am I not nourishing my true health, my true physical health, and my mental health too? Where am I letting thoughts come in that aren't helpful and aren't beneficial? Last one, what is getting in the way that is keeping you stuck? This is a big one because if you think about that as well, sometimes we think that everything we have is needing to be there, meaning everything we fill our schedule with is part of our day, right? We live day to day on autopilot, da 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 da. But what can you maybe take off your plate because maybe that thing's keeping you stuck? It's a habit, likely, right? Because if we think of it, we're routine creatures. Again, we do likely the same schedule day to day, day to day, day to day, which is great. I love, that's how my mind works. I love that structure. But it's also what can we really take off of our plate that would free up to give us the ability to work on another area, right? For example, maybe your calendar, your day to day is so full that you don't have time to go physically out for a walk or to the gym. So what if you could look at prioritizing what's on my agenda? What could I shift? What could I do to build that into my agenda, right? That way I no longer neglect it. And that way I'm no longer staying stuck with saying, I don't have time. So I hope this was helpful. This is, again, a recap of saying how can we really balance our mind, our body, and our soul together, doing it God's way. It's not about us, right? We definitely are very limited and we have to rely on him. That's why if you bring him into the building of your foundation, that's where you are able to see that the sky is the limit and that where you're at today is temporary, changes are on their way. So I believe in you. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a copy of that guide, and I will send it right over to you. All right, bye-bye.